Hey, hello everyone! Glad you want to carve. I'm Uli from kinderoutdoor.de. Today we are carving a marmot, a body like the one I have in my hands. Children like marmots, but eagles like marmots even more. Before we carve, we take us out into nature and look for a piece of wood. We need wood, a good pocket knife or multi-tool with a blade, an outdoor knife or a special carving knife. It's important that the blade is sharp. Nothing is so dangerous as a dull blade. There are special pocket knives with a round tip for children. What the point of that is, I don't know. A marmot is a cute mountain animal. When I hiked around Berchtesgaden for 2 weeks, I was able to see one or two marmots. As soon as I cleared the camera to take a photo of the marmots, they suddenly disappeared. That's why we're carving a marmot today. It's guaranteed not to fall off. We always only need 2 things for this craft in a little time. And in this case, you make a sketch. Take a look at photos that show this animal from different perspectives. What kind of tools are best for carving? You can use a classic pocket knife. This is ideal for on the go because it fits in your pocket. You can also carve with a multi-tool, like the decimal signal here, if it has a sharp blade. The disadvantage of many multi-tools is that they don't fit as well in the hand as a pocket knife. If you carve with the multi-tool for a long time, pressure points can appear on your hands. Another option is a high-quality carving knife. Please pay attention to quality here, otherwise you won't be happy with the knife. It comes from the hardware store and it's cheap from the Far East. Another alternative are classic outdoor knives with a standing blade. This one is a modern knife and comes from Sweden. Everything is 100% made in Sweden. No matter what you carve with, the blade should be sharp. Is the blade blunt, you exert too much pressure and injuries occur because the knife slips off the wood. Ouch! It is also important for children to learn how to use a knife correctly. There are a few important things to consider. Carve only while sitting. Never walk. Bad accidents can happen. Always stay an arm length away from your neighbor when carving. It is also important to move the blade away from your body as much as possible. When you don't need the knife, fold it up or put it in the case. Nothing can happen like that. It's also important that the children do not play around with the knives or even through them. This can end up really dangerous. Carving is good for children and adults because it promotes motor skills, concentration and creativity. As with anything, carving as a hobby is only fun if you have the right equipment. That's why invest good knives and always have a pack of wound plasters ready. Marmot means Murmel in the Berchtesgaden Bavarian dialect. For one of my books I hiked a lot in the area between Untersberg, Stannenen Agnes, Müllrutschhörner, Watzmann and Königssee. One evening I passed an alpine pasture. The dairyman sat in front of it and carved. Of course, I had to take a closer look at it immediately. In his rough hands, a piece of wood became a marmot. I asked him how I could learn to carve a marmot as well as he did. The herdsman grinned at me and said, "All you have to do is watch the marmots every day and then carve one. You do that for 10, 20, 30 years and then you can carve marmots." Well, I have no choice but to try for the next few decades. For our craft we only need a piece of fresh hazelnut wood and a pocket knife. I found special carving knives too sharp for children to do this work. First you round off one end of the branch with the knife. This is where the head comes from. Remember that the marmot has a distinctive nose. Take a close look at photos of a marmot. For its body size, it has a fairly pronounced olfactory bulb. The marmot's body shape is that of a cone. It is wide at the bottom and becomes more pointed towards the top. I mean top, not cop. I'm sorry about the policeman, yeah? Now you start carving. I hope the fingers are still intact. Start with the marmot's head. It has a pointed nose. You can save yourself the ears because they are too small for this animal. If you want, you can carve detailed paws on the animal. Complete the bodies of the furry animals. The marmot tail is relatively short. You should carve it accordingly. Let's talk about the right wood while I do a little carving. Someone else should say that man can't multitask. It's also important that you choose the right wood for carving. Linden is particularly good. It is one of the soft types of wood that can be shaped into the desired shape comparatively easily. At the same time, however, basswood all allows for very detailed carving and is characterized by its uniform light color. The softness of basswood is enough to make carving relatively easy, while the fine details are well highlighted thanks to the small grains. The best types of wood for beginners are softwoods, such as pine, cedar, and fir. These woods are easier to work with because they are softer and have fewer notes than hardwoods. Additionally, they are less expensive and more readily available than hardwoods. Softwoods such as pine or basswood are generally easier to carve and are ideal for beginners. Hardwoods such as oak or maple can produce more detailed worked out, require more effort and skill to carve. Consider the grain. The grain of the wood can also affect your carving. While I'm carving, I'll tell you something about the different carving techniques. We also use some of this with our marmot. Rough cut holds the knife in your fist grip. Place the blade flat on the knife and as close to the knife handle as possible workpiece. During the thrust movement, guide the blade through the workpiece in a such way that it moves over the course of the workpiece. Movement shifts from the handle to the tip. The steeper you place the knife on the workpiece, the deeper it will be the cut goes into the wood. Fine cut. Hold the workpiece a few centimeters behind the processing point. The thumb of the hand that holds the workpiece presses on the back of the blade. The knife penetrates without any sideways movement. Stop cut. Start a desired location and make a cut about 1 millimeter deep. The incision prevents you from carving beyond boundary when loosening the bark. Saws. Press the workpiece against a firm surface. Place the saw cut as close as possible to the base too. It ensures that the workpiece does not vibrate when sawing. Hole with all. Hold the unfold awl between your thumb and forefinger. Drill the hole by drilling. Apply some pressure in the direction clockwise and turn off the hand or awl. Why do people like carving? Carving is an old and traditional craft technique. People have been carving since the Stone Age, in pretty much all cultures around the world. But did you know that in ancient times people not only used carving to create decorative or everyday objects, but also to immortalize their memories and experience in wood? Let's philosophize about carving. Carving is great for many reasons. You can be creative and create something useful or beautiful with your own hands. A really great feeling. Carving is meditative by concentrating entirely on your work while carving. You thoughts you can wander and find a content flow. Carving creates connection with nature. When carving, you work with a natural material wood. You automatically deal with questions such as which wood from which tree is actually suitable for carving, where I can find it, and when I should harvest it is so that I can process it well. Yeah, I hope you have fun with my little carving film, and I hope I see you next time, because carving is such a wonderful hobby for everyone and it's not expensive. Have fun and then hope to see you. Goodbye, Servus, Viertink, euer Uli und macht's es gut da draußen. Ich hoffe, wir sehen uns wieder beim Schnitzen. Viertink, Servus!